everyone, and welcome to this series of Real Mom interviews by NewMumLife.com. In this interview, we'll be interacting with Shivani. Shivani is a landscape architect and has taught in an architectural college, School of Planning and Architecture, Bhopal, under the Ministry of Human Resource Development. At present, Shivani is practicing as a freelance architect. Her son, Yuvaan Vardhan Singh, which they fondly call as Abeer, is 22 months old. In this session, Shivani shares with us her secret to a lovely smile, her story to her freelancing journey, and what Yuvaan has taught her as a mother. So let's get to interact with Shivani. So, hi Shivani, and welcome to the series of Real Mom interviews by NewMumLife.com. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Geeta, for calling me on this platform. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much, Shivani. And it's so good to have you on this platform, and it's so good to connect with you. Okay. So before starting with the interview, I would definitely like to mention that I will be recording it and we will be uploading it on the YouTube channel and the website that we manage. So are you fine with it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So shall we proceed with the interview now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks a lot, Shivani. Now, first, I would definitely like to ask from you, Shivani, that you are really very, very beautiful and you have a great smile. So lovely smile you have. So what's the secret?
Thank you.
What's the secret? Because I would definitely like to know.
Thank you so much, Geetika. I think maybe you would have seen that on several social media pictures of mine, and I think I've known this, but it is a very recent realization that, smile is something that you don't do with your lips only. It has to do something with your eyes.
Yes.
So I think all those pictures are of all the happy moments that I've had. So when I was happy from inside, I think that is with everybody. If you're happy from inside, your smile automatically becomes beautiful.
Yes, so beautifully you have answered it. Thank you so much. Okay, so next I would definitely like to know that, as you're working as a freelancer, so when did you basically decide that you want to opt for freelancing, and how is your journey till now?
Okay, so I was in a job which was in a government institute, so it wasn't a regular job, it was contractual job. So till my son was 3 months, I had the contract and I was on maternity leave.
Okay.
After that, it was my choice that I could have opted for a renewal, but in that renewal, I wouldn't get any leave further.
All right.
So when he was 3 months old, I realized that I do not want to leave him for, from 9 to 5. I cannot. So that is when I realized that being an architect, I do have this privilege that I can work as a freelancer.
Exactly.
So I waited for another few months to tell people that, I'm available for freelancing and I want work. And when he was around 6-7 months, that is when I started off. And to be honest, the journey wasn't very smooth because, initially I had to do a lot of pro bono work to get more work.
Yes.
So I started off with that, and my husband was quite supportive, of course. So, and I was breastfeeding my child completely. So when he started having some solids as well, that is when I thought that now I can manage. I can take out few hours when I require. So when he was 6 months, the lockdown was a period when, everything stopped.
Yes.
I lost a few projects also.
Oh, all right.
So it was financially a loss for me. But then in longer run, during that time, I got a lot of time to do my research work because I was into academics. I was an assistant professor before that.
Okay.
So in that, apart from teaching, there is a lot of research that happens.
Yes.
So the amount of research that I did in my 4 years of experience that I have done in past 1 year. The same amount I've done more.
Okay, very nice.
So in some way it was, it took me time to realize that it was a good thing happening to me, that now I can give time to. So, in past 2 weeks, I've published 2 papers, and that is how there is a progress.
Very nice. So as you're working also, right, and you're managing your kid as well, so how do you handle all this? What's your schedule? How do you manage everything?
See, till now also, I have set my priority. I have set my child as my priority till now also. He's on breastfeeding till now. So I cannot leave him for a longer time. He doesn't take bottle for anybody else to feed him milk. It is very impossible. So I don't create such circumstances where I have to leave him for longer hours. So with my profession, that has been a very great thing that I have got clients who are ready to meet me on the weekends when my husband is available.
All right.
So he looks after him, and that is when I do the meeting. And now online meetings are also something that has helped me. So right now I'm also a member of the core committee of ISOLA, which is an association of landscape architects.
All right.
So I'm an active member. I'm in the core committee. All these things I'm managing because I think technology is helping us a lot. So my husband actually, basically, because ours is a nuclear family. So I don't have fixed hours. That depends.
Okay.
Like if I have to, if I have a deadline of something, and I have to look after my child all on my own, I don't have a helper. I have a cook, but she cooks and then she goes.
Okay.
So what I do is I'll wake up for more hours. So it has been 2 years since I've had a sound sleep for continuous 3 hours. I haven't had. It has been maximum 2 hours. So initially it was very irritating. Now I've made peace with it that okay, for a few more months I think it is going to be like that. And I'm try to manage it somehow. So I cannot say I am managing it very fabulously. I'm somehow surviving. But now I've made peace with it, so it is very positive now.
Exactly, yes. So how do you manage your kid during those times? Like when you're working, how do you engage him at that time?
I generally do my work when he's asleep, or when his father is around. So if he's around, so yeah, I have to log, because when he is there, he needs all my attention. And most of my work is on the laptop, which he doesn't let me do. He'll come and he'll start tapping, and so it's basically impossible for me to work. All I can do is just thinking in my mind. That kind of work I can do, and then as soon as I get time, I just sketch it, and then I keep it aside, and then so maximum what I can do is I can sketch. But if it is on laptop, I have to work when he's not around.
Exactly, I can understand that properly. That's difficult for you, right? Okay, so that means you have to engage him, no? So in which kind of activities basically you engage him during that period? Like you said, you are sketching. You need to do those things. So how do you keep him engaged at that time?
See, I have kept his toys in rotation. So whenever I know that I require some time, somehow I have to manage. There's a deadline that I have to meet. I give him all the toys that I have hidden from him for quite a long time. So he likes to do that. Then I let him create a lot of mess at that time. So he is very happy, spilling water, playing with all the utensils in the house, opening the drawers, taking out things, creating a mess. And then there are books. So I let him clear them. Otherwise, I'm a little careful that, okay, please don't do it. At the time, I let him do that. Sometimes television also comes to the rescue by putting some songs or something. So I try not to give him a lot of time, but then sometimes being in a nuclear family, you have to give in, which I think moms feel guilty of. But exactly. I try that I don't take it as support.
So you are academically also very strong. I see you very strong enough, and leaving your job must definitely be a difficult decision for you. So was being on a contractual post the only reason that you had to leave it?
It was both actually, because in a new contract I wouldn't get that leave again, maternity leave again. I wouldn't get that, and also I wasn't willing to. Although later on I tried, and in Indian scenario I faced a lot of problems as to still I think at several workplaces people are not really comfortable where somebody has taken maternity leave, they think that it is some advantage that we've taken from the workplace. So I had to, and that was a very depressing phase for me, to not get an opportunity because I had taken leave in my past experience. So, after I made peace with that very thing, that, it is going to be like that and it is okay, because in some way I'm getting more time with my son. So after I made the peace, I think, things started, I motivated myself.
Yes.
So it took me a lot of efforts to do that. And I'm very thankful to all these kind of groups that are there on Facebook. I think it's a whole new world for the new mothers. And I have seen 80-90% of the people are very supportive. You'll hardly get any negative comments.
Yes, exactly.
There are people who will write, will take out 5-10 minutes from their routine and write comments and motivate you. So when I was motivated by myself and by others, I think things have started falling in place. I got so many other opportunities in other fields. So, I think it is very important for you to accept motherhood and the things that come with it. So if you'll take it positively, you'll see things getting better for you. If you'll take it negatively, you'll see things not getting and not working out for you, because somewhere there you're subconsciously not ready for it.
Yes, absolutely, yes. So now let us talk about some good things, right? So how does your, kid express his love to you? How does he express it?
My kid expresses most of his love to his nana.
Oh, no.
And to us, so, he cuddles my father on a daily basis whenever he's around. And during all this time, I have a lot of time, because I was stuck in the lockdown at my parents' place. Not stuck, it was actually, I think it was better that we were there. So he got a lot of time. So he's very attached to him. So on a daily basis, if my father is around, he'll only shower all his love to him. Otherwise, he'll just kiss me once a day.
Okay. That's all. That's all.
He's little, he has his own airs and he's chill kind. I don't know. He's not very cuddly kind. He'll let you cuddle. He won't retaliate at all. You can cuddle anything and do all mushy things. He will only kiss you once a day, and hugs he gives.
Okay, good. That's a good thing. I
kiss
think.
Much.
at least you get this much, Anna. That's good. Okay. So, what do you think is the best about motherhood?
I think it is very much of a personal growth as a person. Because if I look at my cousins, so how they were when they were working before marriage, not before marriage, even after marriage, when they did not have child, as to what they are now, there is a lot of humility, there is a lot of humbleness and understanding, calmness also.
Yes, exactly.
So I think and there is a lot of forgiveness also in some ways. You're not that, when you're young, somewhere there you're a little revengeful also at times. I think once you become mother, all these things, mellow down a lot and you become nicer as a person. So I think that changes. I might not reflect it now, but I'm very sure that somewhere there it is happening in the process, and later on, in some months or in some years, it will reflect in my personality. All thanks to motherhood.
And I think motherhood also makes you, multitasking person. You are able to manage so many things simultaneously. I think before your son also, you would have never thought about this freelancing part, right? He, I think, only taught you about this. So you are able to, even if you are getting like 2 hours or 3 hours of sound sleep, but still you are able to manage so well. So this is, I think, what motherhood is all about.
Exactly.
That you explore yourself to a great extent. That's my yes. So okay. So any life lesson? Yes. Any life lesson you have learned from your son? Anything?
I think not directly like from him, but after having him, you know that your child is the most precious thing for you. So you would do anything for his happiness and comfort. So you see yourself pushing your own boundaries a lot. So, I think when I have determined that I want to give my child the best of the things, I am ready to not eat, not sleep, not do anything. It is not a good thing, I'm saying. But I have pushed my boundaries to an extent where I never imagined I would do that.
Yes, absolutely.
For household chores, I was never very good at that. But I have had time where there hasn't been any cook or anybody to clean the house, or my husband was there stuck in the office for late nights sometimes, and I have taken care of him. So I think because I wanted it, I have pushed my limits. So when I will really want something in my profession also, I know I will be able to do it.
Yes.
It's just that I have to determine myself. I have to decide.
So much positivity you are giving. That's so good. So nice to hear from you. It's very nice. Okay, so what's your favorite meal for your kids? Anything special that you think is most nutritious or quick to make? Anything?
One thing, I don't know if it is, I think it is good that, he's not much into sweets. So, oats, he will have oats like you just boil it in water and put a pinch of salt. So
very nice.
That is very, if I see that so whenever I go somewhere or I have to travel, I think it makes it very easy for me to give him healthy food. I can carry it also. Absolutely. And he will be able to. I'll pour some hot water and then again the consistency becomes eatable and then he likes it and he eats. And then khichdi. So I think he's getting proteins. He's having some rice. Sometimes I put vegetables in that. Sometimes he doesn't like vegetables. So, I have to change the texture at times. These things are, I think, even if the place is changed for 1 or 2 days, everywhere I can, manage to have
this
even if we go to a restaurant. So I think boiled egg, one more thing.
Yes.
So boiled egg, khichdi, oats, I think these are all nutritious things, very handy. So you don't have to compromise anywhere. You get them everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
You don't have to give him junk instead of...
Yes, absolutely. I agree. Okay, so any tips for new moms? Any tip that you want to give?
I think, we moms are always expected to, understand a child, his pattern, his behavior, and we do also. If we develop that thing that we understand if he's had this much of food now, he'll have it after this much time. Today, I think he will not have this. Everything else we understand. What we don't see is that we don't try and understand our own pattern because they don't follow a routine, right? So if I have in my mind that I'm going to do these 5 things when he'll be asleep and he wakes up early this time. So I need to understand my pattern as to will I get worked up or will I prioritize that, okay, this is okay, I can do this tomorrow, but this has to be done today only. So understanding the pattern of your child and your reactions to it is very necessary so that you don't feel that, oh my God, oh shit. So once you bring that thing that how you respond to your child, to understand your own pattern, I think it becomes very easy to manage the routine. If you think that you have not slept enough and you're feeling very sleepy, but you have to bathe, it's okay if you don't bathe one day. I think it's more important to sleep initially. So understanding that you also require something and how you need to respond to your child is very important.
Yes, exactly. So I think you have answered all our questions, so well, and thank you for accepting this invitation. And obviously, thank you for speaking your heart out. It was such a nice session with you. I mean, everything was so, you were actually speaking whatever you were feeling like. So it would be definitely very helpful for new moms. So thank you so much for that, Shivani. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Geetika, for, creating this platform.
Oh my God.
And for, it is very helpful to have a candid conversation with new mothers. And I have gained a lot from these kind of comments. But, your videos is something that I came across when you approached me. And I'm looking forward to see all the coming videos also.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Best of luck for this endeavor. I think you're doing a great job for new moms.
Thank you.
With the pandemic and everything happening, the life has toppled down. But these medias, is what is keeping us go.
Wow, thank
And
you.
I think you're doing a fab job.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was lovely
Thank
connecting
you,
with you and interacting. Thank you. So, shall we sign off now?
Same. Yeah, sure.
Okay, bye bye,
Okay,
dear.
bye-bye.